Talk to him after the ball game, Rob.
Yeah, and I think he was pressing a little bit yesterday. When I saw him afterwards, he said, you know what, we got that win. It's a big one for us. Last year they lost in the quarterfinals against these same Iona Gales, and it's another step forward for the program, and I think he'll play with a little bit less pressure on him today, and I suspect he'll shoot the ball a little bit better than he did yesterday.
Now, this is the first time in 12 years a Canisius team has played in the MAAC semifinals. And so Billy Barron has gotten over that threshold, now trying to take the next step and reach the championship game. Offensive foul, and so Barron picks up his first personal just 17 seconds in.
And Iona did a good job, especially in the beginning of the game yesterday against Ryder, Doug, with their zone defense. Really getting out, closing out. Mike Poole moving his feet, giving up his body to pick up that charge.
Iona got by Ryder yesterday 94-71. A.J. English had a quiet ball game. Pass back out to Armand. Isaiah Williams for three.
And that's when they kill you. If you allow dribble penetration, they do as good a job at driving into gaps and kicking the basketball out as any team in the country. They average over 17 assists per game, fourth best in the country, and so many of those Dougs off dribble penetration.
Well, Manhattan head coach Steve Masiello has called this Iona team the best collection of passers he's ever seen. Not just the backcourt, but everybody. And I talked to Jim Barron before today's ball game, and he echoed those sentiments. Zach Lewis, member of the all-rookie team, and he's tied the ball game up early.
And with him in the starting lineup the last 17 games, Canisius 12-5, and not only his scoring, but the ability to put the ball in his hands and take some ball handling pressure off Billy Barron, one of the keys to the late run by the Grits.
Drive and dish from Armand Poole.
It all starts with that drive. If you don't contain the dribble, you're in trouble.
And again, we've seen that now twice from Sean Armand, who has the reputation, and rightfully so, as being as good a three-point shooter as there is in the nation. But he has added to his game this year. Another corner three. It's Williams again.
And as you said, another corner three. They must have had 7 or 8 yesterday as they continued to push the ball up the floor and get those corner looks.
Iona leads the MAAC in points per game and around 85 per contest. Lewis with another deep three.
He's in the top 10 in the MAAC at over 2 threes per game, and that was a deep one.
And the Mike Poole corner jumper a moment ago was only a 2. Williams tries to go 3 for 3, can't do it. 8-6, Iona with the lead. Canisius with the basketball. Barron's first attempt rims out. English.
They get so many of their threes in transition, and when you think of transition threes, you think of the push ahead via the pass, but they've got guys in both English and Armand that can pull a three themselves right off the dribble. You don't see that from a lot of college guards.
Jordan Heath off the mark, and there's Chris Manhurst cleaning it up.
And he cleaned it up yesterday when his team was in trouble. He just became a man on the offensive glass. 11 offensive rebounds in that second half.
Poole with another 2. The pace and the tempo certainly what Iona is looking for, but Canisius can get up and down as well.
That's one of the things Jim Barron talked about. He said, you got to go at them. You can't be playing on your heels.
Chris Perez tracks down the long rebound. A little bit of space. And he misses from the baseline. A lot of interchangeable parts for this Iona team. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can pass. Everybody can drive. Armand for 3 more.
And that's the thing, because everybody can do a little bit of everything. How do you guard them? And you've got a couple of tough matchups out there right now. Manhurst, who does he guard? He's got to go guard a perimeter guy. They put tons of pressure on you with their offense. They've got no weak link offensively, and we haven't seen David Lowry yet, who was tremendous yesterday.
Shot clock down to 8. Perez working on Armand. Catch and shoot for Jordan Heath. Perez has to bring it back out to Barron. Lewis, another NBA range three.
And how about that play, though, by Billy Barron? Just taking it with his left hand and redirecting it.
Count the basket. They call it goaltend against Jordan Heath. Well, the top-seeded Iona Gales have looked very much like the best team here.
Never played the point guard spot, but Tim Clue saw something and said, you know what, let's put the ball in his hands. Got it out of Tavon Sledge's hands. From that, they've been a totally different team. A.J. English, a first-team all-conference selection, and their offense has just been on a roll.
Well, Rob, they are on a pace to score 144 points today.
That's pretty good pace.
Knocking down the threes.
Yeah, 7 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 5 from beyond the three, and 5 assists
exactly
on those 7 field goals.
That's what I was going to point out. They share the basketball extremely well.
You saw those numbers in the top 5 in all those statistical categories this year. They've been it the last couple of years and with different guys.
Barron has his pass deflected out of bounds by Poole. The Griffs will have it, but with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Low on our TV monitor, it says 2. Up on the board here in the building, it says 3, and Jordan Heath has no idea. That's a shot clock violation, so that's the second time defensively Iona's done a nice job to force Canisius late into the shot clock. David Lowry's come into the game for the first time. He's got the basketball now, a dynamic point forward. Listed at 6'9", 255. Doesn't shoot three-point shots, but does pretty much everything else around the paint very efficiently.
And he is a nightmare matchup for guys.
And it'll be interesting to see how he and Chris Manhertz match up. Lowry has had a tale of 2 seasons. First half of the season as a starter. Did a lot of sleepwalking through games. Then he got benched after a poor performance in January against this Canisius team, and since that time he has taken off. Zach Lewis off to a flying start already with 11 of the 13 Canisius points.
And Canisius with full court pressure, not necessarily to try and force turnovers, but to take some time off the clock and try to slow Iona down. A little 2-2-1, just backing off of it, forcing ball reversal.
Here's Sean Armand. Right to the rim for 2 more.
And you saw when he ball faked, right, Doug? 2 guys went running by him, because when he shows the basketball, you got to close out. And he has expanded his game. As a freshman, he couldn't make that play, and now he makes it look completely easy.
Skip pass to Perez, who pulls up. And that's a 2-point shot. The assist to Barron. Bowman. He's coming off a big 28-point performance in the quarterfinal victory. Foul in the backcourt goes against Mike Poole. And he'll be replaced in the lineup after picking up his first personal foul by Isaiah Williams. How good is Isaiah Williams? He's a sophomore from Newark, New Jersey, 6'7", can stroke the 3 as we've seen. And if you're game planning against Iona, he's what, maybe the 4th or 5th guy you think about?
Yeah, and certainly his length is one of the things that has really bothered people. He missed 5 games. He was out for personal reasons, and the Gales went 1-4 in those game situations. With him in the lineup, they're 20-5, and even better as a starter, 18-3.
Yep.
And those are numbers that the NCAA selection committee has to take a look at. If the Gales are not able to win the MAAC championship, they don't want to have to worry about that. They're planning on winning a couple of games up here.
Manhertz on the offensive rebound. Well, in his first game in about 3 weeks without a face mask because of a broken nose, Manhertz still not afraid to mix it up.
And yesterday, in their first round game when they were struggling against Siena, he just kind of put his team on his back. Billy Barron wasn't scoring the basketball as well, and they couldn't get anything going with their offense. They had 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. They finished with 13. Part of Manhertz's double-double yesterday that bailed them out.
face mask, we understand, is over on the Canisius bench in case he changes his mind. But he, like most players who have suffered a broken nose and had to wear the face mask, absolutely hated wearing it. How good was he, like you said, Rob, yesterday? A double-double, most of that in the second half.
Canisius will mix it up between their zone defense, little 2-3 as well as 3-2. Play man. Jim Barron said we got to try and keep them off balance and get them out of their offensive rhythm as much as possible.
There's the high post passing of David Lowry. Williams with the easy two.
And they did a great job against Ryder yesterday, whether it was a full court pressure or the quarter court zone, getting the ball into the high post in that guy's hand.
Bill Valenti's come into the ball game for the Griffs. Here's Barron for three.
Well, if you collapse in the zone and don't get out to Barron quick enough, he's going to make you pay, and he does right there.
First 3 points for Barron here this afternoon.
And so for as good a start as Iona got themselves out to, just up by 2 right now.
The largest lead was 8. English spotting up. Bowman with the follow slam. Remember what I said about Isaiah Williams when you don't think about a certain guy until maybe 4th or 5th on the depth chart? What about Trey Bowman? Perez with the quick answer at the other end. Bowman able to go for 28 yesterday, do things like that, knock down the 3, and again, he's maybe your 3rd, 4th, 5th guy.
And you can't key on 1, 2, or 3 guys. You've got to guard all 5 guys on the floor. They've got no weak links offensively.
Long weekend. 10:35 remaining first half of our first semifinal. Williams gets away from a potential trap. Shot clock down to 4 as English has to retreat to midcourt. And there is Bowman. Manhurts, though, pulls down the defensive rebound. Barron uses the screen. Can't get the roll. Manhurts keeps it alive. But here comes Lowry, who's happy to go coast to coast. And the foul given by Lewis at the free throw line, which will send us to our under 12 media timeout. Iona 24, Canisius 22. Separation between this year's top 4 teams and the remaining 7 teams. Based on graduation, you would think that those 4 teams will come back to the pack a little bit, and some of the other teams will have a better chance to continue to move up and creep up. Although you never know about incoming freshmen and transfers and all the other things. But as it looks right now, Williams for 3. Sean Armand working the offensive glass.
Yeah, showing you he's way more than a designated shooter. We've talked about it a lot. First 2 years, he had one skill, shooting the basketball. Not a bad skill to have, but he has really worked hard each of the last 2 off seasons to make himself a complete player.
Chris Perez averaging over 12 per game. He's got 4 so far here this afternoon. Griff's back within a pair. And Sean Armand is 3rd among all college players at the Division I level in 3-pointers made. That's for active players, but we have seen him drive and dish multiple times. We've seen him work the offensive glass here in the first half. Lewis, another deep 3. This one he left short. Valenti, Mr. Energy. Back to Josiah Heath, who puts up a brick.
And that was not a good decision by Heath to pull the trigger.
Trey Bowman into the corner for Williams. Perez left wide open because of the double team on Barron. There's Valenti again, just throwing it up at the rim after being fouled by Armand.
Now he's the Energizer Bunny off the bench for them. He gives them great energy at a real good game in the quarterfinal matchup. 8 points, a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Valenti, a red shirt, he took full advantage of that, worked on his upper body strength. And, he's a skinny kid coming out of high school, and now he's starting to fill out a little bit. And Jim Barron has used the red shirt. Not only did Valenti red shirt last year, but Dominique Rainey as well as red shirted. And You look at this year's roster, they've got 4 freshmen right now that are basically all redshirting. So one of the things that a lot of guys are afraid to do that, right? You're looking for depth all the time, but part of the plan on how to rebuild this program, utilizing the redshirts.
Valenti's tied the ball game at 26, so they have erased the 8-point lead Iona once had. Tavon Sledge has come into the game for the first time at the point with the basketball for Iona. Out there with English, Poole, Williams, and Armand. This is Armand. And again, the third leading active three-point shooter in the nation with unlimited range.
Unlimited range, great stroke rotation on the basketball, and he gets rid of the basketball quickly.
Barron went down hard. The Gales come away with the basketball. Here's Armand again. He's going to attack. And he's able to get the roll.
He sized up who was guarding him defensively and saw it was Valenti. Went right at him.
12 points for the 6'5 senior from Brooklyn. Billy Barron still with only 3 points so far here today. Perez. To give him room, he will score. Over 1,400 career points.
And usually out at the 3 you can back off him a bit, but he's been shooting it better from deep as of late.
Yeah, up to 37% on the year. 7 minutes remaining first half with a spot in tomorrow night's MAAC championship game on the line. Armand, that's a 2-point shot to be left well short. Barron, Valenti tried to give it back to Barron, but it's Iona basketball coming 2-on-1. Blocking foul, and a couple of Griffs are down in pain, and so is A.J. English. We'll take a break and come back to Springfield, Massachusetts after this. Actually, it is the other Heath brother, Josiah, who did go out of the game, so his brother Jordan is back in. And English is shooting the free throws for himself. And there you see the ice pack on the forehead of Josiah Heath. He's a 6'9 junior. His brother Jordan is a 6'10 senior. Both out of Irondequoit High School in Rochester. David Lowry back in for the Gales, replacing English. Dominique Rainey's come in for the Griffs with the basketball. Sledge called for the foul. That's his first.
The Gales in the man-to-man, and he was just hanging on to Billy Barron coming off a screen.
Barron, Perez, Rainey, Manhertz, and Jordan Heath on the floor for the Griffs in their road blue uniforms. They're the number 4 seed, taking on the number 1 seed from Iona. Rainey misses the 2. Jordan Heath lost it on the way back up, and Sledge has it for the Gales. Quickly the other way. Poole tries a no-look, but it's deflected away by Barron. And here comes the conference player of the year. Up and over Lowry for 2.
Again, much like we saw Armand size up the defender, he realized he had the quickness to get by Lowry.
Armand, around and out. Good closeout by Perez defensively. Long pass to Rainey. He goes up with the idea of throwing it down, but he was about 3 feet too far away from the bucket. And that turns into an easy 2 as the 5'9" Tavon Sledge gets his second dunk of the tournament.
And nice outlet by Lowry. A lot of big guys catch it. They're looking around. He's looking up the floor. Put it right on the money.
Whistle before the shot. And Lowry picks up the personal.
Watch David Lowry here. As soon as he catches it, his eyes are ahead. Tavon Sledge, much like we saw yesterday, able to finish with the two-handed dunk.
Clearly his high ankle sprain suffered in the summertime is much better. He told me several weeks ago he's back to dunking, and he has proven that here in Springfield this weekend. Back cut to Manhurst. And Lowry comes away limping.
And that's a perfect example of how Billy Barron, he didn't get the assist, but he's the guy that made the play. He's coming off the screen on that baseline out of bounds action, and everybody, two defenders, jump to Billy Barron. That allows Manhurst to slip inside for the easy two.
And so the senior from the Bronx was just about to shoot his free throw as Trey Bowman tried to enter the ball game. The officials say no, and Earl Walton goes over to explain to the crew here, working the sideline, not to try and let him in at that point.
Come around a two-shot foul. The sub doesn't come in until after the first foul shot.
Manhurst completes the three-point play, and now Bowman can come in. Lowry goes out. Been a fairly quiet game so far for Lowry through the first 15 minutes. English, Sledge, Williams, Poole, and Bowman, the five on the floor for the Gales from New Rochelle, New York, just north of New York City. Canisius, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, is from Buffalo, New York. Sledge steps into the three and leaves it well short. Rebound goes out of bounds untouched. So the Golden Griffins here have a chance to take their first lead of the ball game. 4:22 remaining in the half. Barron, the runner, and just like that, Canisius is on top, 36-35. And it's Canisius basketball.
That smart heads-up play by Rainey. Looked like he was running back in transition, just doubled back, shot the gap, come up with a quick steal. Here's the good finish by Barron. He's got the upper body strength to be able to fight through contact.
Barron has to burn a timeout there. He took the inbounds pass in the corner, got trapped immediately. Nice bit of sportsmanship from Billy Barron. You may have seen it, where he gave the opposing head coach, DC right now, a very good Virginia team, Rob.
Well, I think his skill set fits into how they play, and so you would expect that he would be able to be an important part of that team as well. I think he's a guy that can play. Doesn't matter. He's not just putting up those numbers because he's at the mid-major level. He's a guy whose game certainly translates to the high major level.
Yeah, he left Virginia more about wanting to come home and play for his dad at Rhode Island than leaving Virginia because he was dissatisfied there. He's still good friends with Joe Harris and his other classmates, who, by the way, got beaten today by Maryland.
The Terps.
We'll take a break. Late first half, 1 point Canisius lead. A very close friend, not only to the coach, but also to both of his sons.
And he was on the road working as the assistant SID at St. Bonnie's with the women's basketball program down in Richmond for their game. And a tragic loss for the St. Bonnie's family as well.
Shot clock at 3. Armand puts it up. Around the rim, off the backboard and in. That's a good shot for Sean Armand.
Exactly.
Even though it was a tough contested shot with the shot clock winding down.
And he's a good shooter off the bounce. He's a good shooter off the catch. He's an athletic shooter. He's got a quick release. It's hard to keep him away from finding good shots.
Rainey gets a 3 right back for Canisius.
Well, the 3 ball has really helped out Canisius. That last 3 there by Sean Armand at the other end, just the second 3 in the last 10 shot attempts. that the Gales have made after starting so hot at 4 or 5 from beyond the three.
Armand leads all scorers right now with 15 points. Both teams, Rob, shooting better than 50% today from the field. Bowman. Now these threes are not just beyond the line. They are out at or around the NBA three-point line.
What makes it so hard, you can't really key on Sean Armand, because if you run a second guy at him, Bowman steps up, Williams can make threes. They spread 4 guys out at the perimeter who aren't just good three-point shooters, they're excellent three-point shooters.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the half. Barron rises up, left it well short.
And that's a tough shot. You got to be able to find a better one than that.
Bowman in the corner. He puts it up. And he is feeling it here this weekend.
That's the way they play. This 9 out of 10 threes, come back, hit 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc.
Manhurts, with 3 white shirts around him, earns another trip to the free throw line.
That is one way to slow Iona down. Pound the basketball inside and make them have to guard in the post. With all those interchangeable parts on the offensive end and all those perimeter guys, they don't have anybody that can necessarily really handle a big, strong, physical post guy inside.
And you just described Chris Manhurts to a T.
Big, strong, physical, and tough.
6'6", 235 out of Cardinal Spellman High School. That's in New York City. He is a native of the Bronx. Nice interior passing for the easy 2. It's Williams making it 46-40.
And they get the ball into the high post, Doug, because you got to go guard everybody out to the three-point line. So you're in the zone defense. You can't pack it in against Iona, so you have to extend with your zone defense. That allows those passes into the high post. And no matter who they run there, David Lowry, Michael Poole, those guys can all pass the basketball when they catch it in the high post.
Here's Manhurts, again surrounded by 3 white shirts. The kick out to Rainey. Manhurts fouled by Poole.
And since the Gales create so many matchup problems at the other end, for you trying to match all their perimeter guys, you got to make them pay at the other end for having 4 guards on the floor all the time. You got to be able to pound the basketball in. Played a little inside out to Manhurts. You get an open look from 3, and then Manhurts just out working everybody right now on the offensive glass. Now he's got to be able to convert from the line.
And there's a good look at Josiah Heath, who went out a few minutes ago after taking a shot to the face. Also, his knee looked like it may have been compromised a little bit, but it's good to see that the ice pack is on the forehead, not the knee. Trying to get the swelling down. Manhurts 1 out of 2 from the line. Canisius back within 5. English guarded closely by Billy Barron. Timeout, Iona. So with 14.6 remaining in the half, Tim Kluse wants to set up one good look before the break.
Canisius back to straight man as they were at the end of that last possession before the timeout.
Poole, the Rutgers transfer, able to get the pass into the backcourt to Williams. Down to 5 seconds. Armand spins on Barron, puts it up and in.
Great execution, and then an even better shot to finish it.
A big first half for the first team all-conference guard. Played 19 of the 20 minutes And he has his team on top by 7 with a spot in the MAAC championship game, riding on the outcome. Iona with the basketball to begin the second half. English, Bowman, Lowry gets the start in the second half, along with Williams and Armand.
Trying to post up Lowry inside, 4 out, 1 in.
Manhertz banging with Lowry, who's got great position. Missed the layup. Jordan Heath with the rebound, and here comes Billy Barron out there with Perez, Lewis, and Manhertz. Both these teams with 21 wins on the year. Iona the number 1 seed, Canisius the number 4 seed.
Barron on the switch, had Williams guard him. I think he should have been aggressive and tried to blow by.
Instead, it's Perez with the blow by. He's got 11. And it's back to a 5-point ball game. Lowry behind the back. He whips it to Williams.
As we've said many a times, he's got a lot of really good basketball skills. Passing might be his best.
Lewis off to a quick start in the second half, just like in the first.
Lowry's got a great feel for the game. A lot of times you think about that as far as guards are concerned. You see it right there. Threading the needle from up top. He is the point forward.
Lowry with consecutive assists on consecutive Williams layups.
He's as good a passing power forward as you're going to see. Against this zone, they got to figure out ways to get Billy Barron into gaps.
There's a gap. Barron, though, left the jumper short. Lowry with the rebound. Lowry's yet to score, but he does have 4 assists and continues to be a presence on the glass. 1 and done for Iona that time.
The other Griff they haven't been able to get going is Jordan Heath. And you look out there, he's got a 6 to 7 inch height advantage on whoever's going to be guarding him.
Perez missed the layup. He gets it back. And he's called for traveling.
At times on switches, you see Sean Armand guarding Heath as Perez got himself in trouble on the baseline. That was going to be a turnover one way or the other. But Heath, who was so aggressive yesterday in their game against Siena, had great energy. He's not had that same energy here this afternoon.
Lewis called for the foul. Who's David Lowry remind you of, if anybody, Rob? With that skill set and the body type and the size.
He's so funky. There's not another guy that I think you can compare him to. I mean, he's a little thick. He didn't look like he's the most athletic guy, but he's got a great feel.
When I think of point forwards, I think of guys like
Paul Pressey, and certainly doesn't have the body type of that.
And Don Nelson. Thank you,
Sean Armand's doing everything. He's cleaned up your coffee, came over, make sure we're all right.
I'm just glad I hadn't taken the lid off just yet. But, like you say, Paul Pressey, Don Nelson is a coach, and George Karl is a coach. A guy like Vincent Askew was another point forward type, and he to me reminds me somewhat of those guys, but just different.
Yeah, his body type's so different. They were long, lanky guys. He's not long and lanky, but he's got that same innate ability to pass the basketball. And to do that, you have to have a good feel. And he's got a terrific basketball IQ.
Deep 3 with 9 on the shot clock. A.J. English. The lane just opened up.
And Canisius got to be careful here. One thing about the Gales, even when they get a lead, they play with so many possessions. You're going to have enough opportunities to get back into the ball game, but the Griffs got to get something going here in this second.
Perez back to Lewis. Here comes the double team. Near steal by Bowman. Perez loves to drive the paint from that angle. Just couldn't get the roll. English gathers himself, and he has it rim out. That would have stretched the lead to double figures. Beating the post, Manhertz. Taken down hard, and he'll shoot two. We're in Springfield, Massachusetts, with a spot in the MAAC championship game on the line. Quick start in the second half for Iona.
Last one was halfway down. The other side, Chris Manhertz, he's been a man inside, but he needs some help. Jordan Heath right now with the stat line of 0 points, 0 for 3 from the floor. He's only got 2 rebounds. He's a big reason why they were able to win in the quarterfinals. Had a good game, knocked down 3 threes, 5 points, 2 blocks for Jim Barron, but he's been a no-show so far. They need him to step up and help out.
And as you said, he's a head taller at 6'10" than anybody who's going to be guarding him, but he's not your classic big, back to the basket, dominate, take advantage, but at the same time, he's got to give you something down there.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, he wants to take big guys out on the perimeter and knock down threes. They don't have a big to go take out into the perimeter right now, so he's got to be able to get himself in the post and utilize that size advantage.
English, Poole, Lowry, Bowman, and Armand, who works the baseline.
Canisius back into the zone, which was effective in that first half.
There's Armand trying to creep along the back line, but the Griffs' zone defense able to collapse and knock it out of bounds. Iona keeps possession. 10 to shoot, nearly 5 minutes in to this second half. English, Armand, passed it to Poole, who wasn't looking. He was wide open in the lane. Fortunate, the ball came through to Bowman and put it in. Now, does he get an assist for that? That wasn't the guy he was passing it to.
Still ended up looking good, right?
Yep. Perez for 3. Long rebound. English and Barron get tied up, and the possession arrow will stay at this end. There's Tim Cluse enjoying his birthday, at least so far, up by 9, 56-47. He's the 2014 MAAC Coach of the Year, as announced earlier this week here in Springfield. And he has taken the Gales to back-to-back NCAA tournaments, once as an at-large and once as the automatic, after winning the championship. And now the officials, Earl Walton and Wally Ratecki, going to go over to the far sideline to check a replay.
Yep. Check on the shot clock. Shot clock had been reset. There was no change of possession, so try to figure out the timing issue over there.
Well, we're always looking for a quick determination. That was about as quick as you're going to see.
Well, remember, it was off a rebound, right? So the ball did hit the rim. They wanted to make sure of that. It was an immediate tie-up, so veteran crew, a terrific crew on the game today, so not surprising they were able to figure it out quickly.
Valenti, Barron, Jordan Heath. Here goes Zach Lewis out there with Perez as well. Little pick and pop. Valenti misfires, and then a foul on the rebound. Armand questioning the call, but he's going to be the guilty party.
You see, he and Heath standing next to each other. You're right. He's more than a head taller than Armand, as he now picks up his third, and that'll be something to keep an eye on. Yet he's still being aggressive defensively.
Coming up with a steal along with Poole. Back to Armand. There you go.
And that is as good as it gets. How about that? You pick up your third foul, yet you're in full out denial to keep the ball out of Billy Barron's hands. You come up with the deflection, put it ahead to a teammate, and have the presence of mind to get yourself out to the three-point line.
Lewis misses the three, and it's Canisius basketball.
That was just a great individual effort by Sean Armand and a smart basketball play.
Isaiah Williams going to replace Armand now, who's looking at his coach saying, why am I coming out? But he does have 3 personals, and so his coach is going to protect him a little bit.
And he can right now with the 12-point lead.
Barron gets it back from Valenti. Yale's doing a nice job defensively on Barron so far here today. Barron. Iona basketball.
That was a good look as everybody was sucked in by Perez and just flipped it back to Barron. Not like he's going to have a lot of time to eye the basket because they're closing out to him every time he's got a catch. They need him to get hot. And they're running multiple defenders and different guys at him, and no matter who's guarding him, whether it was English, Armand, those guys have been able to frustrate him so far.
Offensive foul against David Lowry. And that is his 3rd personal, and the 4th against Iona here in the second half. Now assistant coach Jared Grosso jumped up off the Iona bench to remind Lowry, play smart.
And here against the zone, they've got to figure out ways to continue to move Billy Barron around. Now Iona gets out of the zone and goes straight man.
There's a nice move for Billy Barron.
They got him right into the high ball screen, and then he just absolutely attacked the rim off that. He's got to stop worrying about taking threes, get himself into gaps, get himself attacking the rim. I like that play.
That's 9 points now for Barron, who scored 17 in the quarterfinal victory against Siena yesterday.
A couple of weeks ago, Steve Masiello made a great point. Barron, you can have him under control for a while, then all of a sudden, bang, he scores 10 quick ones. Right now, the Griffs could use one of those explosive sets.
Lowry misses on the putback. Perez attacks the rim. English pulls away the rebound, and here comes Iona. Dump it off from Bowman.
But how about the job by English not to come down and turn the basketball over? He left his feet, usually a cardinal sin, especially out on the break, yet he was able to hang long enough to go find a teammate. That was a big switch right there. You had a layup by Perez that could have gotten Canisius a little bit of momentum. Instead, a quick, easy score at the other end again for the Gales.
That's the 16th assist for the Gales on 25 made field goals. Another layup for Billy Barron.
I think he's got to get guys now. If you start driving off them now, they're not hanging all over you at the three-point line, and then maybe it frees things up.
9 minutes into the second half. Iona with possession and a 10-point lead. Pass deflected. Lowry saves it for the Gales.
He's got great hands.
Whips it to Bowman. Manhurts another defensive rebound. And again, Billy Barron attacking the basket. And he will send us to break off another Iona foul. Julianne Vianney from Marist, who is here as one of us, part of the ESPN broadcast team. She'll join me tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock for the women's championship game on ESPNU, but she was a great player for the Red Foxes as well. Here's Billy Barron at the line, made the first. Hits his own miss. A third layup in very short order.
And now he's 5 of 7 from inside the three-point line and 1 for 5 outside of it, so he's got to continue to attack the rim.
You know, when Mitch was talking to Coach Cluse, you could see on Tim's face, even though they're up double figures, just don't want to get Barron going.
And he made a great point. In their zone defense, they're getting too spread out to other guys who may have made a couple of threes early on, but statistically throughout the season aren't great three-point shooters. And he made the comment, you can't let Billy Barron beat us. You got to make other guys beat us. Got to force the ball out of Barron's hands and see if those other guys can make big shots in a big situation.
Barron's got 14 for the game, 7 in just the last couple of minutes on 3 layups and a free throw. Now the pull-up. English pulls it down. English again leaves his feet, finds Bowman, and a chance for 3.
Well, the Iona way is to rush the ball up the floor and get you on your heels and put pressure on you. Another time where English got himself off the floor, left the ground, yet he's athletic enough and hangs long enough to go find a teammate. Both times that teammate he found was Trey Bowman. Vance Hurts was open twice. You finally find him. He was wide open. Nobody was guarding him.
Bowman can't quite get the roll, and it's another rebound for Chris Manhurts.
But even when they miss threes, they look good.
Very soft. And very hard on the throwdown by Jordan Heath.
And welcome to the party.
The senior from Rochester with his first 2 points.
Smaller Iona lineup. They make you pay by creating matchup problems on the perimeter. Well, Canisius has got to make them pay with that small lineup by getting Jordan Heath involved. Even though, as you said, Doug, he's not your prototypical post-up 5, they still have to be able to figure out a way to utilize his size.
And he is 3rd in the conference in field goal accuracy at 53%. So he certainly is capable of contributing. On the year, averaging over 10 per game.
And right now, he's at the point of this 1-3-1 zone defense. Talk about length out at the point of that zone.
That might inhibit a jump shot.
Yeah.
Nice passing to find
Look at
English.
That was pretty.
Lowry. Manhurts took a dive and somehow comes up with the basketball, and they use a timeout to keep possession.
You see Manhurts
today with that win. Head to the ACC tournament now off a win. From what I understand, less than 600 tickets remain for that Syracuse Invitational out in Buffalo, the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. Under 8 minutes remaining here in regulation. Canisius with the basketball, down by 5. Trying to take down the regular season champs from Iona. Heath. And his 3 goes up and over the top of the backboard, so it goes back to Iona.
And even though I'd like to see him get inside, you got to like that shot on the pick and pop.
63-58. Wilson, 13 apiece for Lewis and Manhurts, and Perez has 11. But both sides, Iona and Canisius, have cooled off dramatically here in the second half from beyond the arc.
Yeah, look at that. After everybody knocking in shots all over the place, nobody able to buy one here in this second half. And if you're not making outside shots, much like Billy Barron's done all game long, then you've got to get yourself attacking the rim.
And Barron has missed 5 of his 6 3-point attempts today.
Back into 1-3-1 with Heath at the point of this 1-3-1.
Armand finds Williams loose underneath for an easy 2.
We talk about how he's expanded his game. No stat jumps out and shows you that as much as his ability to find teammates, averaging over 4 assists per game, top 5 in the MAAC coming into the tournament.
And Rob, that is his 4th assist today. Williams now with 16 points. Armand leads the way with 20, and Trey Bowman has 14.
Here comes the second defender at Barron. It's a smart move. Force the ball out of his hands.
4 to shoot. Lewis up. There's Jordan Heath up above the rest. And he was fouled.
And that's what they need. They need his energy more than anything else.
Second foul on English, only the 6th team foul against Iona.
Offensive rebounding, the reason why they're playing today. If they didn't get after it on the offensive rebound, they would have lost that quarterfinal matchup against Siena.
Rob Canisius has been called for only 2 team fouls in the second half. Lowry blocks the shot of Manhertz. Manhertz again. Lowry again, standing his ground. Heath is after it. And Heath puts it up and in.
Well, that's the way to fight and stay with it.
I get the sense Canisius doesn't want to go home.
And that's what you got to do. Struggling offensively, can't make a 3, then you got to find some extra efforts on the offensive glass.
Williams again. Here's Armand with all day to tee it up. Trey Bowman pulls it down. Big offensive rebound for Iona.
Out of this 1-3-1, Canisius going to have to clean up how they're guarding the baseline.
Yeah, Williams just continues to find openings.
And he's 6'7". You forget how big he is.
English for 3.
And when they stretch you out of that 1-3-1, if you don't play a ton of the 1-3-1, every once in a while you throw it out, you can get a team off balance. But if you stay in it for too long, it's a lot of ground to be able to cover, especially into the corners where the Gales are so good at making 3s.
Perez from deep. Lowry rips the rebound away.
And Canisius out of the 1-3-1 and back to their 2-3 zone. That's a good move.
On the shot clock. Lowry high post. Leans in and Heath picks up the foul.
You think he was going to catch it and blow right by? David Lowry struggling to score it, but as soon as he came into the high post, he was thinking about one thing: catch, rip, and attack the rim.
And so the 6'9" junior from East Orange, New Jersey will go to the line looking for his first point to go along with the 9 rebounds and 4 assists. And it's back to a double-figure Iona lead.
Here's where I get Billy Barrett back in one of those high ball screens. Force Iona to make a decision on how they're going to guard Billy Barron here.
Barron, nothing but net. Timeout, Canisius.
Now they got him into the ball screen there. You go behind it. He's able to make you pay from beyond the 3-point line. Just his second 3 of the game.
He's gotten some good things going in the second half, taking the ball to the basket. And that 3 we just saw him make is only long-range shot since the break. Canisius in a man-to-man now. English steps back. Lowry able to get the rebound for a moment. Billy Barron got the attention of Ed Corbett. And the official has something to say to Barron. Bonaguro and Rob Kennedy. I'm Doug Sherman. Iona has been playing from in front this entire ball game. Up 7 at the moment. Billy Barron with the takeaway and then the foul called against English. 70-63 our score as we take a time to the line if it comes to that.
Yep. And with the foul shot situation here, Billy Barron leads the MAAC in foul shooting at nearly 90%. So if he can convert here in the second, you get up in the full court pressure, knowing that you only have 3 team fouls. You're extra aggressive in the press, and so you're not necessarily reaching, getting a foul, but you're gonna, you're not going to worry about reaching in. And so you don't tackle anybody, but be aggressive see if you can't make something happen. And that's exactly where Canisius is now, up in the full court pressure.
Manhertz muscling up on Lowry. And so exactly as you expected, Rob, we pick up a foul in the backcourt and just the second personal on Manhertz, so no problem if you're Canisius. Iona will have it in the backcourt. Here's that matchup again. Lowry guarded by Manhertz. Reach in on Perez, and he picks up the personal foul. I think the message you were just saying is exactly what Coach Barron was saying in the huddle. Go ahead, go after it, go for steals, and if you pick up a foul, no problem.
But now that you've got 5 team fouls, don't worry about it. Now just play the rest of the way.
Lowry still without a field goal. Back out to English, who misses the 3. He has struggled from beyond the arc today. Barron right to the rim again.
And able to finish with the left, even with the bump from Lowry. And the Griffs trying to get their fans into this ball game. They've gotten themselves back in a ball game. Iona's become stagnant at the offensive end after looking so crisp for the last game and a half.
English blows by Barron, and then it's poked away. Here comes Perez. And he's fouled by Williams.
That was a great strip by Billy Barron. You talk about everything else he does. He's third best in the league as far as steals are concerned. And then as soon as he got a handle of the basketball, he got his head up and looking for Perez, who was streaking up the floor.
Billy Barron has talked this year how he has been less demonstrative as a senior, trying to conserve energy as the game goes on, but he has certainly been more demonstrative the last few minutes.
Last 4 or 5 minutes, he's been urging the crowd on, and he was frustrated early in the game, and now he's starting to take his frustrations out on the Gales.
Perez can only get 1 out of 2. The lead is 2 points for Iona. 2:40 left in the second.
And with Canisius in their man defense, let's see if Iona can get something going offensively. Been a while. Armand hasn't even had many good looks. He's only got 2 field goal attempts this entire second half.
Trey Bowman. The Canisius run is 8 straight points, and now a chance to tie or take the lead. Bowman. Barron rather for the lead. Left it short. Bowman tracks down the long rebound.
Well, you like him being aggressive, but I'm not so sure that was the best shot they could get. You see, a little frustrated. He wanted that one. And Doug, Iona's been really stagnant to get some movement and also dictate where the basketball is going to be able to go. If they put it,
that leaves Iona with the 1 timeout.
And if they put the ball back in Lowry's hands, you got to be careful. He loves to spin. You can sit on that and try and pick up a charge.
Here's English with the basketball, off to Lowry. To the basket. English for 3. Manhertz the rebound, and again Canisius can tie or take the lead.
And I get Billy Barron another high ball screen.
There you go. And he's tripped by Lowry.
And that's why he put such pressure on the defense in those high ball screens. He went down hard, though, off this one. Got tripped and went right to the ground. Good solid screen by Manhertz. You ain't getting through his screen. And Lowry and Heat just get tripped up with the feet. So the best foul shooter in the MAAC with an opportunity to get this thing tied up from the line.
Barron now gets himself to the line, but he is in some pain. That foul on Lowry, his 4th. Sean Armand, who helped us with our spilled coffee about 20 minutes ago, now helping wipe up the perspiration on the floor as you see the interlocked arms on the Canisius bench.
Coming up the other way, Armand, they've got to get him some shots. Just 2 shot attempts here in this second half after playing so well in the first half. Had 17. His teammates have forgotten about him.
It's down to the final 90 seconds. Tied at 70 for a spot in the MAAC championship.
And Billy Barron's not deferring anymore. He's put this team on his back. Now Sean Armand's got to do the same.
Bowman nearly lost it. 15 on the shot clock. Now back to Armand. English leans in. Lowry. Big bucket and a chance for a three-point play.
But I like the way they're driving the basketball instead of being so stagnant. They got more touches on that possession than they've gotten in the last 4 or 5 minutes. And at the end of all those touches, English aggressive. That's a good shot going right at Manhertz. Nice ball fake by Lowry. The ability to finish. Jordan Heath's out on the perimeter. He's got to get in and go rebound the basketball.
Just the first made field goal for David Lowry here tonight. Misses the foul shot. Under a minute remaining. Canisius down 2 with the ball.
And you got to put Barron in another ball screen. Here comes the double to try and force it out of his hands.
Manhertz gives it back to Barron. 17 to shoot. Barron for the lead. Manhertz taps it out, but it's Iona that comes up with the basketball.
Now you got to foul. You don't want to foul Armand. Force the ball out of his hands.
And that is the 7th team foul, so Armand will shoot a 1-and-1. It's still a 1-possession game.
Have to get the 3. Double's going to force it out of Barron's hands.
13 seconds.
I might think about a timeout here.
Manhertz throws it down. Timeout Canisius. The Griffs are back within a point.
And I think Jim Barron was just about to call timeout until his son Billy able to find a wide open Chris Manhertz inside. 2 fouls. Now all of a sudden you got to give up 2, and you may not have enough time.
Yep, you'd be wasting a couple of seconds. Yep, with each of those fouls, and now those 2 seconds are precious. Lowry's the inbound man to Bowman. No whistle. Do they tie him up? No, we get a foul called against Lewis.
That took a while to get that whistle. But still enough time.
Seconds. Yeah, it took 4 seconds off the clock.
Bowman over 80% on the season.
Jordan Heath in. Phil Valenti out. Manhertz also back in.
Well, because the first thing you have to do if he does miss it, you got to be able to get yourself the rebound.
And Rainey goes out. So here's Bowman, the 6'5" senior from York, Pennsylvania.
Canisius has 1 timeout left.
Now they have none.
Now they have none. Jim Barron taking a timeout. And then if you're Iona with 5.2 seconds left, do you think about fouling him to not allow him to get up a 3?
Oman makes it a 3-point ball game. Here's Barron with 5 seconds.
You got to watch Heath if they double.
4 overtime. The Iona Gales survive and advance to the MAAC Finals tomorrow night.